Keep it real and be yourself. Let's get into this video. For today's video, we're going to be sprinkling in some information about solitude, being by yourself, you know what I'm saying, and enjoying your company. So let's get into it. So on your road to change, to become better, you know what I'm saying, once upon a time, and you're building your story, your journey, at some point in time, you have to learn how to be alone. And that comes from the time when you need to be selfish and make sure, what I'm saying, you got all your cards aligned in the deck, you feel me? Make sure your cards are straight. And when you make sure your cards are straight, you know what I'm saying, you can't worry about other people. And since you can't worry about other people and things outside of yourself, you look more inside, you feel me? And when you look more inside, you start to understand yourself and who you are, and that might result in a plenty amount of things. Maybe you are somebody who knows who you are, so now you're leaning more on like what do you want to do with who you are, or maybe you want to lean more on maybe you don't know who you are, and if you don't know who you are, now you got to be like, dang, who do I want to be, who do I want to become, and how do I become that person? See, in the other video, when I talk about purpose and I talk about who you are, it's that time when you're alone, that time of solitude where you truly get to understand what route you want to go, your direction, and you truly understand like your purpose. You get into your purpose or you get into who you are. It's one of those two steps, who you are or purpose, who you are or purpose. If you don't know, and whatever you don't really know is more of, because you might not know who you are, you might not know your purpose, you might not know both. So if you don't know both, you lean to whatever is more like favorable, right? Whatever you seek out more, whatever you're more curious about more, right? Your curiosity is going to lead you down any route, and it should. Your curiosity is the thing that drives you. It makes you question. It makes you question it and want answers on top of it. So then if you want answers that you don't have, you're going to seek them out. And if you're seeking out answers that you don't have, you need information. And if you need information, that means you're going to start consuming things from, the internet or other people, and pretty much gathering information unconsciously, consciously, about whatever you're curious about. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You like that, like 1, 2, 3 set. But again, solitude is needed to figure these things out, because if you're with people all the time, you truly don't have enough time to really single out your thoughts and focus on you. You can be around people and still kind of focus on you, but at some point in time, you're not going to be talking about you. You're going to be, or even if you are talking about you, you're not going to have your full focus. It's never going to be 100%, as it shouldn't, because you're going to be with other people. Other people are going to be in life. And I know it's hard. It can be hard at times because let's say you have a job. If you have a job, like you go to the job, you probably might communicate with people time to time, or you might go to school and you communicate with people all the time, and then after school, then you go to the crib, you might want to hop on the game, or you might want to hang out with family. So it gets there's a lot of distractions that can hold you back. But the good thing is, once you want this more and you see these things, your curiosity goes through the roof, and you truly want to change who you are, or your curiosity, it gets the better of you, then you're willing to sacrifice the time spent with other people in order to make sure you know who you are, which you should know who you are and what you're going, like that direction, because it gives you clarity. You're not asking questions, or you're not as confused and asking questions about, dang, who am I? And when people come at you and ask you those questions, because people will ask you those questions to test who you are, test who you are. And people will also ask you the normal question, what do you want to be when you grow up? You know what I'm saying? What's your LinkedIn looking like? You know what I'm saying? So it's like people going to ask those questions regardless and test you. So personally, I would rather be someone who knows the answers to my tests, especially if it's about me. I want to know about me more than somebody else does as well. Like, you shouldn't be a person who asks somebody about you before knowing the answer. Now, it's okay to see that perspective, but at the end of the day, that solitude, what it does, it allows you to be with yourself enough to know and single out those behaviors that you have, those thoughts that you have, the actions on what you have, oh no, the actions that you do, and you can like diagnose everything. You can really see like, dang, I didn't know I did that, right? See, habits, they're easier to see when you're just by yourself, or you single out. You don't have to be by yourself alone, but you have to spend time alone. You do have to spend time alone. But it doesn't mean you block out everybody. Don't block out society 100%, you know what I'm saying? But just like delete some of those habits that will honestly automatically make you kind of like be more to yourself, like not get on social media. You're not seeing other people as much, seeing what they're doing. No, you're more focused on what you're doing, focus on that next step that you got to take, right? So, right, then you learn how to enjoy your own company, bruh. You start to build on either who you are or your purpose, right? You get that direction, and it takes time. It's not no quick, microwave results. We don't do that over here. It definitely takes time to understand who you are and build who you are. Then it also takes time to understand what you want, your plan, and then build on top of what your plan is and figure out how you're going to get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? This might take a couple days, couple weeks to plan it out. But once you have that plan, again, and I love this word, and I love it, and once you have that direction, it just, makes you move with clarity. I said that again, but I just want to put more emphasis on that because a lot of people are confused, and that confusion stems from a lack of you being like alone and having solitude and truly understanding who you are and your purpose. You have to put time in, right, to understand that, and no one will give it to you. You might get lucky, and you might be in an environment that allows you to see those things, like see things that you're interested in. But overall, if you want the full control over the direction of where you're going, then you have to be alone. Now, if you're willing to like live a life where somebody else is kind of making the decisions for you, then you don't really need to be alone as much. Like, then I guess my YouTube channel probably isn't for you though as well, but you can definitely learn more things about whatever I'm trying to teach, but it's probably not for you, just to give you a heads up, because I'm trying to build people that, at least if they don't want that, at least know who they are, right? Know how to live a life to figure out who they are and their purpose and what they want to do for their life and make their life the best that it could be, right? So, without further ado, don't just be, stay optimistic. Have a great day. Peace. Woo!